Dude, I just nearly choke slammed myself with my own headset. I want to know how that sounds.
Slipping, falling, can't get up. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the 6th episode of Torspp. It's your host, first host, second host, one of the hosts, and I'm joined with my other host.
Hi, Zach DLT.
Zach DLT. This is like our fourth time doing the intro, so forgive us if it's kind of like dead, not really there.
Technical difficulties here, guys.
We're using Skype, so Skype's not the best, but
not the worst either.
Yeah, it's not the worst. There's worse ways to record the podcast out there. So
this is Twitch. Get your shit together.
Yeah, Twitch, Xbox, and all that shit. Jesus. Basically, we're just gonna be pumping these out a lot more. Zach was trying to say too, and the other take, we're gonna have other content, and I'll let him elaborate on that when he's done doing what he's doing. But we're gonna do more content than just podcasts on this channel.
Here, like for the first one, for example, listen to this fruity ass dryer.
What the fuck?
We're trying to keep this, like, I wouldn't say as laid back, but as simple as possible without any of, like, we don't need those extra coats of paint and all that right now. Like James said, like, you know, like, it should just be about us, like, you know, and if we're, like, bringing up something like that, it should be, like, you know, like, putting enough words to paint the picture instead of sending you guys a link or showing you it and taking like 30 seconds to show you a clip for more context. If y'all want to watch that, go watch it.
What's up, dude? Hi. Just flew into fucking our podcast set. What's up, man?
I've been sitting here for 3 days.
We're actually What, dude, really? Are you okay?
You kind of fucking left me hanging after that. What
shit.
the fuck?
The lights were off the whole time, or I just turned them on when I walked in. Were you sitting in the dark?
I had a Mr. Incredible nightly.
Oh, okay. That's cool, man. Wait,
there's a Lightning McQueen soundbox. It goes, ka-chow.
Did you eat anything? You just kind of sat here?
I just lived off of the Cheeto crumbs on the ground.
Oh, weird. Okay. Those aren't Cheetos.
Yeah.
I'm here now, man. What's up? I've come to rescue you. Hello. I've come all the way here.
There's a gun behind my head.
Oh shit. You dude, our earlier podcast felt like that. If you listen to it. Yeah. Like someone had a pistol in the back of my fucking head. Especially throwback, no one's gonna know, and I'm not gonna link it or care to tell anybody, but the Rotten Shed, especially those, really give off like a ISIS beheading vibe, where it was like two people being fucking forced into talking for an hour.
Yeah, like Ghost White, like afraid to make eye contact with each other. There's
You're not wrong. Yeah.
Can't see like the other side of the camera, but there's a dude on the other side of the table playing footsie with both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Like interlocking toes and shit.
Yeah,
it was a very unsettling vibe. At one point, he
kicked you.
Yeah. It really hurt me that one time, man.
Superfight. I want to play Superfight. Let's talk about board games for a second.
Board games? Let's talk about board games.
So, there's a game on Steam, and I know I'm not gonna touch on this game for long, but it's a game called like Tabletop Simulator. You heard of that?
Tabletop is so like, you know, like it just like simulates a tabletop.
Tabletop games, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a DLC for Tabletop Simulator with Superfight. So, theoretically, you would be able to play Superfight on that shit. But you'd still have to have a judge.
That we can get a third person for that easy.
I think we should do one in the middle of this episode.
We can do that
when we get together in person.
We can have
I'm
Kingsley
gonna
be our
buy the
moderator.
actual set, like the actual physical cards and all like the DLC packs with like the Walking Dead and all that shit, like the different character packs. I want to get that shit.
Back to this. I think this is going to be our fight for the fucking one. But I get your point, like, like really antsy Black Panthers, like, like that, like are about to burst of pee.
Are we
get
doing this
that.
right now?
We're doing this right now. I'm on
Okay, well
this.
then okay. Hold up, because we're gonna do this fair.
I have 15 seconds to fight my case, or 15 seconds to think of something.
Well, like think about it as like all 50 of your guys just got into an arena. All 50 of my guys just got into the arena. You have 15 seconds to like kind of pitch what you would do.
I change instead of 25, all of them rather. They phase their hands into Iron Man like they pretty much are using it as a puppet, and they start flying in, shooting repulsor shots at all of them.
So obviously, I have 50 Black Panthers. I don't need to tell you about how quick and agile Black Panther is. Not to mention that his armor is made out of what? Vibranium. A repulsor blast is not going to do shit against vibranium.
The Flash uses his Speed Force to power up the armor and goes for a lightning bolt slash to all of them.
You send a lightning bolt, or I guess 50 flashes send a lightning bolt, and simultaneously while you're doing that, all of us are throwing vibranium spears at the Iron Man flying over us into the sky, trying to hit them.
The Flashes phase, virtually making them, like impossible to shoot through, and all the arrows fly out of the arena.
All right, so all of my spears just fly through you guys. So we start climbing on top of each other, right? In a big ass line in the sky, and then we yell, "T'Challa!"
The Flashes start to swarm the bottom of it and rip a good chunk of them off the bottom, causing you guys to tumble.
So while you guys are swarming us from the bottom, we start jumping on the backs of the Iron Mans, and we're squeezing you guys really, really, really tight.
While you guys are squeezing, we phase behind you and then try to phase and try to stab your heart.
I'm like severely undermatched here. I know nothing about Black Panther. I'm trying to like gather a little information in my head right now. Like, what do I know about this guy?
If anything.
Is that fair? I don't want to cheat here. All I know is that he has vibranium for armor and that he's like agile and tough as fuck. But like, I'm trying to think of what exactly he had. I mean, I'm willing to forfeit this one to be honest, because I can't argue for Black Panther like that. I think
I don't
you
how
obviously
it's
got the dub there. You got the dub like on that one because there's no way for me to argue. Like if you're able to phase and shit, it's like Black Panther can't fucking.
Yeah,
there's no win.
I was gonna keep.
I don't know enough. If I knew enough about Black Panther, I might be able to, but I can't.
Do you want to redraw cards?
Yeah, I'm not gonna redraw. I just don't know Black Panther well enough to argue his shit.
Do we want to keep redrawing until it's not like a 50 of them?
I got one. It was like the second pick I got. Also. I just drew 2.
Wait, so do you have 50 of them?
No.
Okay, let me change mine up then. Oh, okay. Mirror match.
I'll give us 20 seconds apiece. To 15's a little
steppy.
All right.
To start with, Doctor Strange throws you into the mirror dimension, and then uses the Crimson. I forgot the exact thing for it, but you remember Infinity War, whenever he uses those red bands to hold the dude, like they're like pretty much like on fire and shit.
Okay. So you send me into the mirror dimension, but obviously I'm Doctor Strange as well, so I just immediately fly out of the mirror dimension because I'm a fucking G-ass nigga like that.
Considering it's a cape that's only, let's say, 5 inches tall, and I'm 50 stories tall, it's really like grabbing onto my pinky finger, and I'm like putting up little to no fight to resist it. And he punts you into an arena wall.
All right, so I hit the arena wall and I get up, and I immediately send you into the mirror dimension, and I go into the mirror dimension with you, and I summon Wolverine from his universe.
After you send us in there, I rip your sling ring off your hand to where you can no longer leave the mirror dimension, and shoot Wolverine into a zombie-infested realm.
You have 7 seconds.
And then use the flash to run you at the bottom of a skyscraper.
Okay, so I awaken from the bottom of the skyscraper. Visually no damage done to me because I'm a G-ass nigga. And I'm Doctor Strange. I fly up, and I pull out another sling ring that Deadpool was wearing on his other finger. Because I have 2 Deadpool hands. Forgot about that one, huh, bitch? You didn't know about the 2 sling rings, bitch. Let's make a rule. If you go to attempt something, you have a chance to defend it.
Okay.
Like, if I go to take your sling ring, you have a chance to have an action to defend that. And then we can decide if it was, like, is that fair? Oh, do you have a die? Oh, we could roll a die for it. A 20-sided die?
Oh, succession, 20. Right? Okay.
Or we could just do like a 10 or something, like a 5-sided die, and just be like, or 6-sided. I mean, not a 5-sided, 6-sided.
It was very successful.
Like 1 through 6, and or I don't know how. We could just do a coin toss.
Yeah, that's easy.
I can say, "Hey Siri," and then do toss a coin, and we could decide heads or tails. You down for that?
Yeah, I can. I got that pulled up right now. Toss a coin.
Well, I could do it to where she'll tell me so you can hear it, so it's fair.
You don't believe me?
Well, I mean, wouldn't it be more fair if I said it out loud?
That is fair.
Here, heads or tails? Just guess. Say one. Okay. Hey Siri, flip a coin.
Heads.
Fuck.
Okay, yeah. So you heard that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do that.
I send my 50-story tall cloak of levitation to completely wrap around you, and while doing so, trying to break your hands.
Heads or tails?
Heads.
Hey Siri, flip a coin.
It's tails this time.
All right, you unsuccessfully break my Deadpool hands, which are giant Deadpool bodies. It's like the size of Deadpool's body. So, let me start my timer. You go to break my hands, and while you go to break my hands, I attempt to have Deadpool stab his katana into the center mass of Doctor Strange's heart and twist the katana. And while doing that, I shove the other katana in with the other Deadpool. Hey Siri, flip a coin.
It's heads this time.
Alright. So I stabbed you in your fucking heart. You did
Or
tails, right?
Yeah, it did tails.
Yeah, it was heads. So I do successfully twist the katanas into Doctor Strange's heart.
Wait, was I not calling for you?
No. I was saying you. Like, you pick yours.
Why do I have to call a coin on that also?
No, I'm saying you pick your choice. I pick my choice. Like, do you pick heads or tails? You said tails. I said I pick heads, and then we flip the coin. Whatever the one is like the winner. You know what I mean?
Okay.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Like, you're not picking my choice. Like, oh, which one do you want?
Well, the first time you didn't say one also. It was just me saying tails.
No, I said heads.
No, the first, not
in the recording.
Not this last time. The one before, the one I did.
I picked one every time.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah. I'll ask you which one do you want, just so you can claim, and then you do heads or tails, and then whatever one I say heads, like, you get to pick.
Being only little 6-inch blades,
you gotta think it's a 50-50 choice. I can't rig this. It's like either heads or tails. You get to pick. Do you want heads or tails?
I was just confused that we were both having input on it to see who won in the interaction.
Yeah, like you get a choice. It's heads or tails.
Yeah, who wins
Which
fighting
one do you
that?
think it's going to be? Yeah.
hmm
If mine is successful, I win that interaction. If yours is successful, I was unsuccessful, and then you won that battle technically, and I didn't get my action completed.
Like a smacky way type shit.
Yeah, like you can counteract that, and then we'll flip for that and see like, okay, now you just fucked me over instead. Reversal.
So, after you stabbing me, you only being 6 inches tall, the blades barely even puncture inside. So I fling your ass in the air and make the dead pools weigh over 10,000 tons.
So once we get up with our 10,000-pound dead pools, the two 10,000-pound or 2,000-ton dead pools stand up looking like Goliaths, dragging the
No,
tiny 6
it's
foot
still
Doctor
the same
Strange.
size, but like they're just giant sandbags now, basically. Like there's no way,
Okay.
Doctor Strange. You're 6 inches tall, dude. You're not gonna be able to lift that. You're
No, I
like
thought you were
glued to
saying
the
they
ground,
were giant.
basically.
I was gonna say then
Oh,
at that
okay,
point
yeah.
they would drag him. I'm Doctor Strange, so I just do a spell to make them Chads again, and they have 6 packs. And then I make them giant Goliath monsters that are like the size of fucking Hulk, bigger than you, and they charge you and they tackle you to the ground. You have 2 giant-sized dead pools holding you down now.
Using the flash, we phase out from under the lock and then put both of the dead pools halfway through the ground with the phasing ability. And then sucker punch you 3,000 times in 20 seconds.
Being Doctor Strange, I summon the entire multiverse. Every single hero, every single villain, every side character, every janitor, and every Stan Lee, and I send them all at you at once.
Using the Eye of Agamotto, I send you back about before you did all that, and then set you in a time loop like Dormammu, I came to bargain, and you were just stuck in that little time.
Yeah, so I'm chilling in that time loop, and then I do that shit he did in the movie where he like annoys that nigga, and then I get the fuck out of there. Right? And then I do the same thing to you, but that nigga's gone, so you can't annoy him anymore. So now you're just trapped in there with no way out.
Using the flash, we run through the Speed Force out of time, and then run back in to where you are. Mutilating you into a pile of goop.
Heads or tails?
No.
Heads or
Heads.
tails? Okay. Tails it is for me. Hey Siri. Heads or tails?
It's tails.
Fuck.
Alright, so you unsuccessfully mushed me into a pile of goop, but you do hit me, we'll say. Because obviously,
Hit you with a haymaker.
you hit me. And while you're hitting me, I use some Doctor Strange magic to leave my body and go into my astral
projection.
form, and I astral project into your body, controlling you, and I blow my heart up from the inside out, killing myself inside of your body. Technically
that's
killing
stalemate?
you. No, that's only killing your physical being. I'm just an astral being floating inside of you, and I blew your heart up.
Flip for that?
Hell yeah. Heads for me, baby. Hey Siri. Heads or tails?
Heads this time.
Yeah, bitch. Fuck you, nigga.
Like in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, I summon, or another Doctor Strange takes over my body. It's still rotting. And then I have. Fuck, I can't fight against that.
All right. So while the other Doctor Strange is trying to like heal your body on the ground, my giant Titan-sized Deadpool just stomps on it, like decimating it into literally nothing but like loose skin and blood on the ground, and you can barely tell a person was even there. And I wipe my foot on the ground, like smearing you into the dirt.
Tails.
We're flipping for that. You're fucking. All right. Tails, heads.
I got
hey,
a way
Siri,
out of it.
Heads or tails?
Heads.
Fuck! This is rigged.
It's not. I swear to God, it's
That's
not.
fucking-
It's just
fucking
really
Google
fucking funny. I'm
Translate
winning
saying
this
heads.
shit. That's I swear to God, I'm asking her. You hear me?
You want to hear my unspoken Rizz, bro?
Let's hear it.
You remember whenever I went to the gas station in Taco Bell earlier?
Uh-huh.
Whenever we were in the parking lot, I like look over and there's a girl in the car. Like she like looks at me and I'm like I like start getting out of the car and she fucking locks her door. Like I'm about to do fucking something. I looked at her for like a split second. Like I literally like, got out, closed the door, and started walking in this like I like saw her out of the corner of my eye. Like she like boom, like like pushing down the little lock. Like fuck. I don't look that creepy, dude.
Were you walking towards her?
No, we were literally like imagine like two cars like parked side to side in a parking lot. I was in the passenger, she was in the driver. So I would like I'm getting out and I'm right next to her fucking door basically. But I'm like literally just going into the gas station, like walking up, and she's like I just like see it out of the corner of my eye while I'm turning, just boop. Unspoken Rizz, man.
Alright, hold on. I'm cold. I'm cold.
Hot.
Oh, window's open. Yeah. What
Huh.
temperature is it? 33. Oh my
68.
God. I wish.
It's 33 degrees in your house?
Outside.
Oh shit.
Wait.
Wait.
I just farted and coughed at the same time. What the fuck? Welcome back to Tired of Regular Stupid People podcast.
This is
Episode.
Torspp.
What episode is it?
Rebirth.
Episode
New
Rebirth.
Genesis.
New Genesis, like the Bible. We've lost 500 pounds. Don't include that. That was mean.
Let's get official.
This is crazy. Get official. Tell them.
This will be 5.
5. This is episode 5 of Torspp. We're back.
5
It's been
as
a hiatus.
GTA 5.
I've been trying to figure some stuff out just for like regarding the actual like podcast itself, scheduling and hosting and content and everything involved just with deeper channel, boring management stuff that you guys don't want to hear about. But we're back, like Zach said. Rebirthed.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, the one big thing, GTA6 fucking exists now. Like, that's an
Yeah, dude.
actual thing.
You can hear the
like-
smile on his face when he said that. That's
Oh
how
yeah, dude,
genuine
I'm
like the
shitting
happiness
fucking
is.
grin, bro.
Yeah, I don't
It's
blame
like-
you either.
It's like Santa came, like I saw Santa in real life, like holy shit.
I literally, so okay, for anyone who doesn't know, which probably not many of you, there was like Rockstar obviously was doing like a countdown leading up to the actual like the actual trailer drop, and it was supposed to be at like 8 a.m. on the 5th or whatever, and it came out early because someone leaked it. So I immediately, when I seen it, I was sitting here just like, oh, I'm gonna go check on the live stream. And it was taken down. I'm like, what the fuck? And all of a sudden, I see Rockstar GTA6 trailer. And it had like 33,000, 35,000 views, something like that. And it said it was 5 minutes ago uploaded.
Oh, it was such a low number for like the first
Yes.
like couple
Yeah,
hours.
it was so low, I thought that it was fake. Because I was like, if the GTA6 trailer dropped 5 minutes, it
there
would already
ain't
have
no
600K.
way.
Little did I know, YouTube was just having trouble keeping up with such a high volume of people coming in and clicking on the same video. They were taking away views, thinking it was incorrect, thinking it was wrong. Like people were hacking
Was that
it or
really what that was
botting
coming
it.
from? I thought
Yeah.
that was just because no one knew it was out.
No, it was just genuinely YouTube. Like during like people, I've seen people were making videos about it and stuff, but people were sitting on Rockstar refreshing it, and it would boost up to like 600K views, and then they'd refresh it, and it would go down to like 1,000, and then they'd
Oh,
refresh it, and it would go
God.
to 1,000,000, and then they'd refresh it, and it'd be at like 5K. Because like
I wonder how
YouTube
many
genuinely,
views got neutered off that then.
yeah, exactly. I think a lot of them are back now, obviously, but at the time, yeah, it was so much to keep up with. YouTube didn't have the servers and shit that was such high volume coming into one video. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
it's like
so I
someone
immediately
released the
called
GTA
Zach.
6 trailer or some shit.
Yeah, it's like Rockstar dropped a new game. I immediately called Zach and was like, dude, GTA 6 trailer. And like I said, I thought it was fake, so I wasn't too convinced until I had to do like a triple take on click on their channel. And I was like, 8 million subscribers. Is that them? Or is that still in my head? I'm like, is there a fan-made Rockstar with 8 million? No fucking way. Like that's them.
Yeah, no one got that
Yeah,
much
and then I
traction.
like so it was a very exciting moment for
It's a very
gamers
magical
and
night.
just us in general. We've been waiting for this moment. We've speculated and talked and sent each other Reddit leaks and Twitter fucking pictures and fake logos and maps and zoomed in on Brian Zampella's face and screenshotted his earlobes and his fucking eyeballs and
That was a fucking night.
we will go to no lengths, to just feel like we know what we're talking about or feel like we know some information. So we filled our head with so much hype and I wasn't disappointed. I mean, what do you think?
Oh, yeah.
What's your like takeaway from it, the trailer?
I want them to show more, like obviously, but like I'm very happy with what we got compared to how what they did with GTA 5. How like their first thing was just like a little glimpse, like taking you around the city, like not even like a protagonist or anything. But the fact that we know Jason and Lucia, Vice City, supporting characters, all kinds of shit. Like they're taking a whole new approach to this marketing scheme. Uh, I was fucking sitting there being real hopeful. I was like thinking like, oh shit, they're releasing this shit next year. I remember you were saying like, oh yeah, I'm about to be like 23, 24 years old, and I'm like, oh, I'm only about to be 22. Like this is about to be easy breezy. It's like, wait, what? Like you're 19 right now? Like, no, what do you mean? Next year? Oh, okay, yeah, no. Like, there is 2 years from now. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's gonna fly by though.
Oh, yeah, without a fucking doubt. Okay, yeah,
2024 will
especially
be.
this
It's
year.
almost 2024 already. It's December.
Mhm.
Once it'll be 2024, it'll fly fucking by, and it'll be December of 2024, and we'll be sitting here like with our second trailer and some more info and stuff, and
Mhm.
being like, yes, sir. Literally next year at some point, or like this upcoming year at some point, we're gonna get this fucking game, man, and finally be able to play it.
When do you think our next time seeing it's gonna be?
If I were to put my best guess out, I would say around like September, October.
That's far.
And I
I'm gonna
think
be
that's
like the
realistic.
optimist.
I'm saying second trailer, not like a newswire post or something to that effect. Like I mean the actual second, like they call it
Trailer
trailer
number
2.
2.
I
Yeah.
think that would be realistically summer of next year, like 2024, summer of this upcoming year.
Summer is very safe. I was gonna say something like March, but that's like a little bit too short of a gap as well. Like you gotta think like how many of those trailers are there gonna be? Just 1 and 2, or it could be like like 3 and 4.
So from like prior Rockstar like trailer releases and stuff, I think it's like 2 trailers and then they do gameplay trailers. And those are like
Okay.
5 minutes usually of them actually showing like pieces of missions and you like your character walking around, activities you can partake in, things like that. That's what I'm really looking forward to. I want to see the world, like your character actually moving around third person, like the first person, the shooting, the melee combat, purchasing stuff, like certain little key parts of missions. I'm very intrigued
Just kind of like
because
how they did
there's
that one where you broke Mike out of jail for RDR2.
yeah, it's still on the table right now. Like we don't really know like is this gonna take more inspiration gameplay wise from RDR2 or is this gonna take more gameplay inspiration from GTA 5 and online, you know? As far as control
Mhm.
for your character and how they move and fight and shoot.
Oh, I'm very like I said this before. I really am hoping they bring that RDR2 Gore system into it. You're you have a very solid point of it possibly like not being a thing because it's a lot closer to our reality today rather than like a little cowboy game.
Yeah, I think it's just like yeah, the 1800s are like farther detached. It's like the joke of like too soon, you know? Like
Mm.
shooting someone with a cowboy hat in the 1800s is far more detached. It's like watching a movie about like historical
Yeah, like a little
war.
Clint Eastwood or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah. It just doesn't feel like it's like, yeah, it's not even my time at all. I'm nowhere near that. I'm so detached from that being
Our
something I care
ancestors
about.
did crazy shit.
But like, and not to say I care myself, but I could definitely see like libtard fucking snowflake
Uh-huh.
people getting up in arms. And I'm not, I use libtard ironically, but like just liberal people, Democrats getting upset that fucking, oh no, GTA 6, you can be this white man and walk into like a mall or a salon or a barber shop or a fucking grocery store or a hospital or a stadium or whatever it is, concert venue, and you can have like a fucking LMG or an AK or an M16 or an AR-15, and you could walk in there and just like you could change your character up, make him dress like in all black, like a mass shooter, walk up into a mass establishment and just start lighting people up. And it's like realistically dynamic, like the way
Oh
their
yeah.
bodies are hitting the ground is like real life. There's blood
Yeah,
splatter,
watching like some
limbs are
live
getting
leak
blown
shit.
off. Yeah, if you shoot a woman in the arm, like at a grocery store, her arm is getting like blown off, like her head, her brains coming out. There's blood. You like it just feels like the cops are coming all of a sudden, like lights, like EMS, like the ambulance pulling up, fucking shooting. Like it just seems like a lot. I'm like, it seems not that they wouldn't do it because it's not that I don't think they're afraid of the controversy of that type of shit because it's so hard to like get mad at them for that. It's like, yeah, it's a fucking video game.
What are you
It's
gonna
a
expect this
simulation.
Rockstar?
People create their own unit, like their own fun. If somebody decides to go on a mass shooting in this game, we didn't
It's 'cause
create
they're
that.
in
We
real
didn't
life
make them do that.
sociopath
Yeah,
guys.
they have
They're the
creative
crazy ones.
yeah, they have creative control over this character. It's their sandbox. If they choose to do something we don't like, that's them.
We
We're
just
not
lay
going to
down the
restrict them.
tools.
Yeah, so what should be the answer? Should it be we let people kind of have fun with what they want to do, and if they do something stupid, then whatever, they did it? Or do we just restrict them from having certain freedoms and like, take away fun parts of the game because certain people might fuck it up, you know?
Yeah,
In
like one
reality,
person ruins it for everyone.
yeah, just maybe leave it in the fucking game. Yeah, like in RDR2, people could have gotten upset about it, and maybe there were some people that got upset about it, but it made the game way more realistic and way more fun and gritty, and it felt cool when you caught some cool kill scenes and like a realistic shot, an arrow went through somebody's arm or like their head or something. It's like, yeah, it's the realism of the 1800s. Motherfuckers were really shooting each other with like big ass
Sticks and
revolvers.
shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So, I
fucking
mean,
like
I
breaking
I
bottles.
feel if you're trying to tell a really realistic narrative of like what life was like as an outlaw in the 1800s, you'd be doing yourself a disservice to the narrative if you weren't including those realistic gritty elements. You know, like you getting fucking attacked by a bear and it actually looks realistic and shit. Like that's
Uh-huh.
how it was. You know, you're trying to tell a realistic narrative, you should have realistic elements. And the way that we're seeing GTA 6 look doesn't look any different as far as like being a realistic narrative. You know, it looks like they're kind of going the same
hmm
route.
Well,
But
if not, and farther into it.
yeah, we'll see if it's gonna be like that. I don't think they'll stray away from it though. I don't think if they do, that's gonna really show the state of Rockstar's current mindset and how they operate their business.
hmm Like
Old
what they're
Rockstar
actually
would have
about to be
taken the
turning
risk.
into.
Yeah.
Yeah, even back in fucking PS2 days, you were able to decapitate people.
Yeah,
Obviously,
you
it
were
was
able to
shitty
like grab a
PS2
chainsaw in
graphics,
Vice
but
City and cut people up with a
mm,
chainsaw. It's
I
like,
remember,
yeah.
yeah, you were able to fucking like literally take a chainsaw and like rip it into a dude's stomach while they're on the ground and like
But it makes
literally
me
like
wonder, right?
shed
Like,
blood everywhere.
why wasn't that added into GTA 5?
GTA 5 and or 4. That is
Yeah.
weird how they took that step away.
Doesn't it
Maybe
make
it's
you
that's
think
just
it's
like
because
one
of my
thing.
point exactly? Because it's the modern setting and it's very hard to, with the realistic levels of the life simulation, people walking and driving and on their phones and in hospitals. You know what I mean? It's like, do they want it to look realistic when you're shooting people on the street, civilians living their day-to-day lives? Because they've never done it, and they've had the technology to for a while. I mean, they like you said, they did it on PS2. Remember, you snipe someone in the head, blood comes out. They're like grabbing at where their head was. You know, they collapse.
Well, like think about it also. Like the first RDR didn't have it, but like the original GTA's did, and now the RDR2 has it, and GTA
Well, I mean,
5 doesn't. It's
RDR1
kind of
had
like it
way
flip
more
flop.
advanced gore than
Uh
GTA.
huh. Well, yeah,
Not
but
on
it
the
wasn't
level
nothing
of
like blowing off
2,
heads and
but
whatnot. Correct me if I'm
No,
wrong.
but it
I'm
was
like still not
more
yet.
advanced than what like any GTA
It still
thing.
added a lot. I mean, they added a good, decent bit of stuff in the GTA 5. Like also, like whenever you shoot a person, like you can like make them like they'll like hobble away and react type shit.
But that was
Like they
better in
can
4.
drop. I can definitely like they did like like I remember like that whole thing like they can like
Euphoria.
stumble
Yeah, the ragdoll
like
physics were better in 4, and then in 5 when you shoot somebody, and not that it's any better in 4 when you physically shoot somebody, but when you shoot somebody in 5, it's just a red little dot on your body. It looks like you got like
yeah.
a bee sting or something. It's so retarded.
hmm
And
And
then
they just
in
drop.
Red Dead,
Like
obviously,
even if you
it's
shoot them
sort
in
of
the leg,
similar.
they just like sit there on the ground.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
exactly.
just like
I think I think there's a reason why they stray away from that particular feature. But like you said, them doing that in Red Dead in general, Red Dead 2, um, it's gonna make a lot of people ask questions if they don't add it. Because before there wasn't questions because it wasn't a thing to be expected. Nobody cared. It wasn't a standard. But now it's kind of like this is a part of your engine. Now you're gonna take it away. But you have to think like the same NPCs and engine like that they have from Red Dead 2 is realistically going to be the same thing in 6, just more beefy, upgraded.
hmm
So like the fact that an NPC and like when they take like an NPC model in Euphoria, like their current Rage 9 engine while they're making GTA 6, or let's say Red Dead 2, right? They have this model. If they were to like do damage to the model, it would physically react to that damage, like a limb would fall off, right?
hmm
Realistically, that would be the same thing in 6 because they're not changing that much more unless they disabled that in the setting, in the code, you know? Like now, when we do damage to these models, they don't break apart. Like his leg won't snap off.
hmm
And that's the
Yeah,
thing, is like, then they would be taking away features from their engine. And I just don't see them doing that. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
it's
Like,
like
we're gonna
taking
take
two
away
steps
a
forward, one step back.
Exactly. We spent money to create this engine to do this, and they had to spend money to make the engine be able to do that, to dynamically blow limbs off and holes in your body, have your head split open, to have your fucking arm fly off. That's all that costed money to
That'd be
develop
like
that
if
in engine. Why take
if
it away? That's money spent for something they're not going to use on their. It just doesn't make sense. So I definitely could see it being in the game.
yeah, it's like Down 3, like how they just came up with this new Gore system, like whenever you smack them and whatnot, we like played around with it obviously, but
Yeah.
that's like if they came out with Down 3 and let's just go ahead, turn that off, take it out of here. It's getting way
Yeah.
too realistic.
Or like a Dead Island 4, like they came out
Mhm.
the sequel to Dead Island 3, the one we just played, and it's like we took we took that out. It's like, but no, you
Yeah,
spent
so
money
can't
to
do that
literally
no more.
create that engine and like have that be a feature. No, not anymore.
Yeah, it was a
Too
fun time,
sensitive.
wasn't it?
I think what will happen is it will be sensitive. People will get upset about it. There will be people who protest, people who are on the news saying it's toxic and it's causing shootings and all this and that. But ultimately, Rockstar's grand defense will be what it always has been: is we create the world, players do what they want in it. We don't force
People
anybody
over
to play
18
the
should
game a
be
certain
playing
way.
this game, not little
Yeah,
13-year-olds.
like they've said this before. We don't encourage players to go on shooting sprees and kill civilians. We actually discourage it. We send the cops on you and make it harder for you to play the
Yeah,
game.
real
So, I
life
mean, if
actually,
anything,
like you
yeah,
get your
exactly. Just like in real
consequences. Yeah.
life. If you shoot someone in real life, you're gonna have the fucking police on you, and they're gonna try to arrest you or kill you.
I mean, like to be fair though, in GTA 5 at least, the cops are a fucking joke.
Yeah, I mean that's to be expected, though. I mean, 6 we seen them
They're not
actually
gonna make
taking
him
like
OP.
cover and shit, man. Like even in
Yeah.
just the leaks. I mean, not if you haven't seen the leaks, guys, go check out the leaks. I don't know how you haven't by now, but I'm assuming everyone has. But in the certain part in the leaks when Lucia's exiting the diner and the cops are like, they don't just start shooting her, like they're actually taking cover behind a car and they're like yelling out shit to her. And in GTA 5, they would have just started shooting you off top. Like,
Yeah,
as
just
soon as
walking,
you
spawning out of nowhere, and just do.
yeah, they weren't even shooting at her, and that's realistic. She didn't shoot nobody. She didn't shoot a gun yet. She didn't shoot at them. It feels cool. I like that, and I think there's gonna be a lot more of that. Like we'll see, probably is just like cops responding a little bit more realistically to situations. Like maybe they won't immediately go to pull a pistol out. Maybe they'll pull a taser out and try to stun you
Trying
and go in for a
non-lethal.
cuff. Yeah, imagine like you get tased by a cop and another cop runs up and immediately busted. He like cuffs you. Like, oh shit, damn, they got me.
Yes. Oh, just like thinking about it alone, like they could like make it to where it's even fucking worse. Like you can like shatter fucking limbs into pieces or some crazy shit like that, and no one really knows. I
Yeah,
personally would
it's.
love to see it, but it would definitely spark all of those questions of debate. Like, do we really need this in a fucking video game? It's like this like could very well like start like be making kids do that type of stuff. But then again, like you said, same argument as like it's always been like we're never really encouraging like we're never gonna like sit there and like make a mission where you have to maul through a bunch of people. Like you're just gonna do that on your free time and put that together and
I
orchestrate
mean,
like
and
what a
like
weirdo you are.
I've never thought, and this is just me. I'm not in the position of being someone who has that mindset, but I don't think like playing a GTA game is gonna make you want to go on a killing spree. Like if it does, there's
There's
something
some
underlying.
underlying,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not just GTA made you want to kill people. You're genuinely there's something wrong with you before you even played GTA. Like you've had an issue. And this is just bringing that out. Like you've manifested it by being able to live out your fantasy in a video game. And there's credence to
Yeah.
that being a problem, I guess. Like being able to simulate a kill.
Awakening.
It's no different though than a movie or a TV show that has the same themes in it. And I guess someone would say, "Oh, but you're controlling the character. You're living out the fantasy. You're the one pulling the trigger." Yeah, but you're not. You're Michael DeSanta pulling the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're this character you
Franklin.
created in an online
Mm-hmm.
video game with a fake hairstyle and a fake pair of glasses and a fake outfit with a fake clothing. You know what I mean? It's all video games, pixels. If you can't detach that, then it's no different than watching Freddy Krueger and getting scared. It's like it's Hollywood, it's magic, it's makeup, it's CGI. It's Robert Englund or whatever, Ugland or whatever.
Franklin, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a fucking he's an actor. He's a good actor at that. You know, he's not a scary guy, but if you can't detach the art from the artist or the that it's fake or it's that you know, I don't know. I just don't understand that people like this is bad. It's a fucking video game.
A piece of media, like get over
It's a
yourself.
piece of media. It's fun. I don't think
It is
that
supposed to
ultimately
enjoy yourself.
someone playing a video game would make you shoot up. If it wasn't the video game, then it would be
Something else.
music. It was Marilyn Manson, you know.
Yeah, rock is making kids angry.
Yeah, they tried to say that during Columbine. Marilyn Manson, Marilyn Manson, Marilyn Man. Oh, it was Doom. He was playing Doom. Ah, Jesus
Fucking
Christ.
San Andreas. Oh, it's because of the side boob they're showing.
Yeah, I mean, it's nuts. I mean, and then like the standard too is so crazy to see. Like, I was just talking about this not that long ago with somebody. It's like, oh, hot coffee with GTA San Andreas is so bad. It's so fucked up. How could
That
they?
way, yeah, we were talking about
But
that.
in Cyberpunk, you can have sex. You know what I
Yeah, can
mean?
you like
And
see
in
full
many games,
on
Baldur's
gooch and
Gate, in The
whatnot?
Witcher 3,
Yeah.
you can have sex. In all of those games, you can have like pretty in-depth sex scenes for the most part with like naked women or something, and like a man half naked. But like GTA having like a goofy little mini game with like humping or something, it's like it literally
Mm.
caused like a fucking nationwide debate with like the
Mm.
president and shit. And, like they're trying. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's especially looking on it, it's like, damn, they were really afraid over nothing. Cause like now, like fucking like HBO shows all kinds of shit. Really, like it's just like everywhere. Like you see more
Yeah.
tame shit in video games than you do in fucking real life. Yeah.
It's mostly just game shit, I guess. Like E3 got shut down and shit. That's not really. We don't need to say that though. It's not like, oh yeah, yeah. You guys probably know that. You've seen that shit, right?
Yeah, I mean, like if you don't know about it, then you don't need to.
You
You
heard
don't
it
really
here first.
care.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
If you did hear it, if you didn't know, you do now. E3 is done.
Oh yeah.
I just think they don't probably feel the need to have it since there's the Game Awards and it's so huge now. They probably it's
COVID
like, what's the
basically
point?
killed it.
I mean, yeah, that too.
It was after COVID, everything like went digital, and like no
Let's
one
just
wanted to
like
like pay for that
speed
admission.
run through gaming news. Okay, so I'll do one, you do one. We'll quickly just speed through this. So Uncharted, or sorry, The Last of Us 2 canceled their fucking online multiplayer live service game. That's not happening anymore. It's a
Uh,
done deal.
Insomniac got hacked and leaked, or about to be getting leaked. The Wolverine.
Baldur's Gate fucking 3 won Game of the Year for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Because people like to
Spider-Man
fuck bears.
2 got 0 awards.
Uh, Dude, Arcane is working on a Blade game.
Oh yeah. Still nothing from EA Motive's Iron Man.
Yes, that's true. Suicide Squad still looks mid.
Yeah. I fumbled on missing out on the fucking closed beta or closed alpha. I got a fucking friend code and everything for it, and like I saw it like 3 days later, and I'm like, oh.
Not the friend code.
Uh,
I think that's it. Honestly. UFC 5 came out and it sucks.
Mid, yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty excited for that and it sucked. Homelander is not going to voice himself because he said they didn't offer him the role for some reason.
No, they said that he already voiced Call of Duty.
I seen a thing where he apparently released a statement and said that he would have liked to if they offered. But I don't know if he was just trolling.
I highly doubt that they didn't
I've been
offer. I don't
seeing
feel like
people
he didn't
saying
want to.
I've been seeing people saying like he's just trolling and it's gonna come out and he still voices him. But he's just like playing into that character of like being an asshole. Like I already voiced fucking Call of Duty.
Yeah, like I always seen like
Because they're saying like he's gonna and like if he did Call of Duty, duh, he's gonna do Mortal Kombat. He probably played Mortal Kombat as a kid. Like it's such a huge game, everyone knows it.
yeah,
It's from like the
probably
fucking
'cause, like,
70s or 80s or whatever. Like
Oh yeah, at least
it's probably him
80s,
like
90s.
kind of with the Harrison Ford thing. Like what's a Red Hulk?
Yeah.
It's like he knows, but he's just trying to be like, people won't shut up about it.
Yeah, he's always been like the person like who's the most like their character, and they'll like point at him type shit. I could really see it like exactly that, him being pestered and annoyed, and he's like, yeah, no, like go watch me in Call of Duty, I did
it
that.
could just it could be kind of like with the whole like No Way Home thing with like Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, where it's like we don't want to disappoint anybody, but just keep your expectations low. And then like they're in the fucking movie. It's like I don't know, because Ed Boon's smart. I think it could be a little marketing play. Maybe he's genuinely not though. It would suck. I haven't seen The Boys, and I don't know anything about Homelander, but I do know that guy is that character, like that he is
Anthony Starr, yeah.
Yeah, like obviously there's like comics and stuff where he's not the character or whatever, but it's like it's like he's that
He's
guy.
the only live action interpretation of him.
Right, exactly. It's like Iron Man. It's like that's Robert Downey Jr. Like
Mhm.
pretty much no matter what, like if you think of Iron Man, it's hard as fuck to not visualize Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, Captain
because he did
America's
an
Chris
icon,
Evans.
or like Spider-Man,
Mhm.
unless you didn't watch the other ones, but it's hard to not see Tobey Maguire or whoever your favorite is.
Thor is Chris Hemsworth.
Exactly, yeah. It's not like you
versa,
picture a comic variant of him, like oh yeah, this
Mhm.
comic version of Thor. You picture just Chris Hemsworth or whatever.
Yeah, like Tom Hiddleston, Loki.
Yeah, exactly.
Down the list.
Same with like Harry Potter. It's Daniel Radcliffe every time. Like you picture him from the movie. It's if they do a good enough job with an interpretation, that's the character at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart.
I mean, shit. We even seen that with like a movie so stupid as like. I'm not saying the movie's stupid, as silly, I guess, as like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It's like not my Roderick. Like a whole bunch of people, spreading that hashtag around. It's like people get really attached to characters, man.
Yeah, if they do a good job, that is their...
You know what I seen today that I was really surprised about? I don't know
that?
if you knew this. Like Mary Kate Elizabeth Winstead,
The twins?
the girl Ramona Flowers from Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know that
Married
Ewan
Obi-Wan?
McGregor? Yeah, you
Yeah.
know that he cheated on his wife to get with her and ruined his family. She home wrecked. Did you know that?
I would too, bro.
No, it's just kind of sad to hear that though. Like, damn, yeah, like cheated on his wife, like ruined his loving, like long ass marriage to get with this woman because he wanted some young puh.
He wanted some Ramona, bro.
Yeah, it's a little wild.
That's funny though. Like you gotta it's like it could be like a fucking ploy, dude. Like he still could be over at his like house afterwards.
That guy gives me like Redditor vibes. Ian McGregor. That the fact that he wears like a girl like I'm in lesbians or this just gives me like huge like my lady.
My lady. Yeah.
I just picture him doing
like
that. I
he's
like
the
Hayden
giant Star
Christensen
Wars
though. He's
Neild.
really cool. I think he was the cooler one out of them.
Hayden Christensen, definitely.
He's a fucking badass, man. I respect that guy.
Yeah.
Like anytime I've seen him, he's so nice to his fans. You
And
know,
he's
I've
been
never
finally
seen him
getting
be an
his
asshole
due.
to anybody.
Mhm.
Not
Have
that
you
I know him
seen the
personally
thing?
or anything, but just
It
on
was
video. I guess.
like after he came back for that Obi-Wan Kenobi show, like they did like a fan event, and, like literally like everyone was like cheering his ass on type shit.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Oh yeah.
People love his ass.
Yeah. What was it? They were all like I wouldn't say like I don't know exactly like,
Fucking
what they
Anakin
were saying.
Skywalker, brother.
Yeah, they were like going like
Darth
Anakin,
Vader.
Anakin.
All right, thank you guys for watching the 5th episode of Torspp. It's been your boy and Zach DLT. We appreciate everybody out there for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, and we'll be working on
I
more
remember.
soon.
I think I told
See
you
you
this
guys.
before. Like there was one time like she like asked to borrow my jacket because she was cold, and then like fucking like 20 minutes
She
later,
gave it
like
back.
I found no, she kicked it on the floor underneath me. And I looked back like, oh, you're not wearing it anymore? No, it stinks. I'm like, oh.
Well,
I
I
got
will
it
say,
washed and
I will
all
say,
that.
I did have people say I smell like cigarettes in high school because of my mom and shit. Like I'd go home and my mom and Mike would be like chain smoking, and I'd come home, come
Maybe
back
that's
from
what
school.
the stink was, because that could have been me too. Because like same shit. Mom smoked inside, whatnot.
People told me that before. They're like, dude, you smell like a pack of fucking cigarettes. I'm like, yeah, my bad. Or like, you smell like an ashtray type shit. It's like, yeah, my whole fucking house is full of fucking cigarettes, bro. I can't do nothing about it.
I'm about to say I never picked up on that, like that kind of scent from you, because like that's like a normal
Breath too. I've never
for
had
me
bad
is
breath.
also
I had
yeah.
a friend who had terrible fucking breath and earwax buildup like a motherfucker. His name was Cody.
Oh yeah.
I spent the night at
I
his
can
house. We were
never.
playing Scribble Knots. We had 2DSs, and we were playing like you can link them together and play online together.
Local,
And
yeah.
we're sitting in his room, and the DS, like the light from my DS was shining, and I tilted it, and it was on his face, like the side of his head, because we're sitting side by side. And the DS light was shining into his ear, bro, and I could literally see earwax like pouring out of his ear, like down his fucking side of his neck. I'm not joking. Like, it literally looked like straight, like I don't even know, like snot coming out of his ear, like thick yellow wax. It was
That was
disgusting.
an ear infection.
He had like a condition, like a medical condition, where his ears don't like it produces too much
Ew.
wax. Yeah, I didn't know that at the time, but I ended up figuring that out. Like that's probably why that was. But
Yeah,
the breath thing, I don't know.
remember-
He had like green gums, like he had a green buildup on his gums from how bad his breath was. It was fucking gross. But he was a cool kid and like he had a cool family and shit. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck was up with him. And his parents were like fairly well off for like the neighborhood I lived in and shit, like those types of people. If you're watching, it probably wasn't super long on your end, but for us it was longer. So yeah, I mean, any closing statements?
Like, comment, and subscribe. Come back for the next one.
Yes.
Be coming soon. Very, very soon.
Yes, sir.